In this video, you're gonna know how a teacher slapped the shit out of me, and this is real, alright? Based on true events that happened to me, alright? Hi, my name is Faizan Alvi, and I'm from Pakistan. So it was the time after quarantine was over, alright? So I started going to school. I was probably in 10th grade or something. What happened? There's this teacher, our chemistry teacher, alright? So let's call her Panzer 4, alright? I don't know, I play War Thunder, so yeah. So she had declared a test, alright, and I wasn't good on test because I was a genius student, alright. What happened is she took the test from all the students and I didn't have good marks in that, but she gave me 2 or 3 marks, I don't know, let's call it 10 out of 5. She gave me 5 because my concept in that topic was pretty good, alright. After some days, Panzer 4 declared another test, alright. It was also a chemistry test, alright, and it was actually a female teacher. Don't go on the name, I just gave it to her. Panzer 4, it is a pretty masculine name, alright. She was a female teacher. So, as I was saying, she declared another test, and as a proud student, I didn't prepare for that. I was like, alright, I'm gonna just tell her I don't know. So she took the test. I don't like exactly remember if she said this, like, if you don't know the test, like if you didn't learn it at home, give the empty paper to me, so I'm gonna place a 0 on your paper, alright. I don't remember this, but I think she said this. I was wearing a mask, alright, those masks for quarantine times, so I was wearing that, and I was a young lad, believe me, man. So I was looking at my teacher's face, Panzer 4's face, like, you know how does a Panzer 4 look like? It kind of looked like that. I don't know if you didn't know that. And I was like, what should I do? Should I give it to her? Like, I did it, right? I was like, alright teacher, I don't know, I don't know the test, alright, there you go, there's your paper. And I said this, and she came to my chair and she was like, stand up. And I was like, okay. As I stand up, she grabbed my... she didn't even grab my paper. She slapped the f*** out of me. She slapped me once. I didn't cry or I didn't did anything. As I told you, I'm a masculine man, alright? So she slapped me again, and the mask I was wearing was almost 2 feet away from me, alright? The mask flew away from my mouth. And I was standing still, and there is a little bit tearing up in my eyes, alright. And the reason why she slapped me is she felt like I was showing her attitude by saying that I don't know the test, I didn't prepare for the test, so there you go, there's your test. She thought that I was showing this attitude, but I wasn't. I had this confidence inside me that was telling me to, alright, give it to your teacher, you don't need to waste your time. As other students are doing this test, you should be preparing in the class, alright, because I was a kind of student who always prepares in the class. I always did my work in the school, alright. Back to the slapping. There was all this tearing up in my eyes, and teacher said stand still right there, alright. And I was like, okay. She went to the next kid, and he also didn't do nothing. Let's call that kid T34, alright. T34 also didn't prepare for the test, and when Panzer 4 tried to slap T34, he literally grabbed her hand, right? You wouldn't believe me, but yeah, he did grab her hand and defended himself, alright? T34 defended himself by a slap of a Panzer, okay? I hope you get me. And that teacher felt ashamed that she is being aggressive on a student and he's being defensive. She stood back and did nothing, right? The period was over, and that's it. After that, I went to the principal office and said the teacher has slapped me and blah blah. What they did is they tried to dismiss the confrontation or whatever you call it. They tried to dismiss it, and after the break time or some time after that class, Panzer 4 went to some other kindergarten teachers and talked everything about that, alright. So there were little kids, you know, in kindergarten there are little kids, alright. They were playing around in the break time, and one little guy came to me and said, bro, that teacher, you know, your chemistry teacher, she was talking about you and she was saying that she slapped you. That was pretty bad. I feel bad for slapping him. Like, that teacher was saying that in front of those all kids and to that teacher. Here I was thinking, okay, now if she's thinking she slapped me unfairly, just come to me and we'll just solve this matter, alright? But she didn't do that. She was feeling bad because she didn't slap anyone else because T34 defended and she was ashamed. I was only
the victim. Okay, and now she is in KG class, which means she's making a breaking news, because that kid who told me about this can't tell anyone else, you know.
So I felt embarrassed, alright? Like, first you slapped me, alright, and now you're being a newspaper and telling this incident to everyone. Like, how shameful is that, alright? I am a Muslim, if you don't know, and in Islam, if you're not wrong, even your parents cannot hit you if it's not wrong. I might be wrong, but there are rights for parents and children and teachers, alright? I came back home and there were huge 5 stars on my face. As you can tell, she slapped me so hard, alright? And mom was like, what happened to me? At first I was like, being a man, nah, it's nothing, we were boys, we were just fighting, and that's it. It was just fight club in the class. That's it, alright? So she didn't believe me because her hands were big, you know, it's a Panzer IV at least. And my mother came to the principal office and she was like, look at his face, why would you do that? They called the teacher Panzer IV, they called the Panzer IV in the principal office and like, why would you hit that? She was like, I slapped him because he failed twice. I was like, okay, I failed twice because I got a 10 out of 5 in the previous test. And she was like, yeah, it wasn't you, it was the T-34 who got the 10 out of 5 because his concept was good. And I was like, no, you can check it, I have the test in my backpack. So I was like, yeah, that was me, that wasn't T-34, that was me who you gave 5 marks out of 10. And she obviously didn't believe me. I was like, alright, can you tell me why you did not slap anyone else after T-34 defended himself? Because you were scared these are young lads, they can do something, or people think, alright? That's why you did not slap anyone else. I was your victim only because I was standing still and did nothing about your slaps, you know. 2 teachers were saying, how are you talking like that in front of your mother? Do you talk to your mother at home like this? How shameful. I was like, first of all, my mother never slapped me on my face. It is actually haram, alright? I didn't do anything wrong. I was confident about saying, I don't know the test. I am wasting my time sitting there and not knowing about the test. I didn't prepare for it. If I gave this to my teacher and said, I don't know the test, I didn't knew that she's gonna take that, feel like I am insulting her in an attitude kind of way. I was not showing her any attitude, alright? I don't know why she felt. To be honest, I didn't felt bad. And it was a victory for us because I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything, that's why. Her eye was tearing up and we was like, alright, that's a good revenge. Well, I don't know, I just shared this experience of mine to you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't usually upload story time videos, so if you like this video, actually like it and join the LB gang by subscribing to the channel. Bye bye.